and warmly welcome His Excellency the President.
Total economic and political integration in East Africa is something President Museveni says he's been pushing since 1963, but is still far from being realized, with member states still implementing protectionist policies against their neighbors.
You're welcome, Your Excellency.
President Museveni met over 20 members of the Parliamentary Forum on East African Community Affairs to discuss the role of MPs in enhancing the integration process. Flamboyant Kenyan orator Professor PLO Lumumba, in his keynote speech, reminded the leaders about how they were still lagging behind their promises to form a common market.
As I conclude, because conclude I must.
Professor Lumumba thinks it's time for EALA MPs to be voted by all citizens in their respective countries.
I now know that in the interim period, EALA members are elected by respective parliaments. I look forward to the day when that will be a thing of the past and you shall be elected by universal suffrage. I look forward to that day because it is only in those days that we'll then be able to animate the people of East Africa so that they are better able to appreciate that there is an agenda in Arusha which must be undertaken. I look forward to that day. I look forward to the day in parliamentarians in the respective countries when what happens in Arusha is much more important than what happens in Kampala.
For Deputy Speaker Thomas TAYEBWA, regional MPs should be ex-officials in their national parliaments.
For example, we have 9 members of parliament from Uganda. What do we lose if they are ex-officials of the Ugandan parliament? So that they can come and sit in the Ugandan parliament. They don't have voting rights, but they come, they participate. We ask them questions about what they are doing for us in EALA, other than just getting reports. I think that's at state level, but I think it would be a very good proposal.
Movement of persons is still a problem. What about capital? I think capital is also a problem. What about the rights of residents? How easy is it for a Ugandan national to go and set up home in Kisumu?
President Museveni, in his hilarious but emphatic speech on integration, said East African countries, economically and politically united, would be as strong as countries like Russia, which, he said implicitly for the first time, is a bad idea to fight against in the ongoing war with Ukraine.
I don't know those who are encouraging Ukraine to fight, but I think it's not a good idea. Because the Americans are the ones who are telling everybody about what they call 4-dimensional superiority. On land, air, the Navy, you are superior in space. Russia is superior in all 4. Whenever the NATO brings something new for Ukraine, the Russians are watching it from space.
East African countries have some fundamental differences, like political term limits, that have arguably hindered integration. But President Museveni says countries which are ready could start.
What we call variable geometry. So that one I totally support. It's not correct for the ones who have a problem to veto the ones who want to move.
Edward Muhumza, NTV.